Hello horror fans, what's going on, and welcome back to potentially the most paranormally perplexing channel on the whole of YouTube, Top 5 Scary Videos, the place in between worlds that exists purely to sate your morbid motivations. As always, you all know the drill, I'll be your spirit guide Jack Finch as we hit the panic button, arm ourselves to the teeth and hide inside an armoured house as we take a look at the 5 scariest purgers. Roll the clip.
Your home tells me you're good folk just like us. One of the halves.
And your blue flowers tell me that you support the Purge.
I'm sure you've all seen the films by now, a franchise spanning 4 gore-filled films based on a dystopian America and also an upcoming television series. And while I'm not the biggest fan of the franchise based on its cinematic merit, there's no denying that the premise of The Purge is absolutely terrifying and pure nightmare fuel. Because it is. A United States where for 12 hours each year all crime including murder, theft and arson are completely and utterly legal. And we're going to take a look at the psychopathic killers that make up its very fabric. Before we begin though, if you're a fan of Top 5 Scary Videos or just this particular video, then why don't you go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and share this video with your nearest and dearest fellow horror fans. Also go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our latest and greatest uploads. Much love. Kicking off at number 5, Skeletor. No, not the fantastically camp villain of He-Man Masters of the Universe, but the psychopathic killer that stalks the screen during the first Purge, which is confusingly the 4th film in the franchise and the grand prequel to how the whole insane death fest came to be. He makes this list over a bunch of others purely for his insatiable urge to participate in the first ever Purge. The film itself begins with Skeletor's voice detailing on camera his dark thoughts and his desire to purge the population of Staten Island and the rest of the world, unleashing his unbridled hatred on other people. Throughout the film he stalks his victims with a twisted arsenal of makeshift weaponry, a handful of needles and a myriad of blades. He commits the first ever murder during the Purge, and the NFFA, we'll get to them later, records it as viral propaganda. No thanks. Next up at number 4, The Polite Leader. The first film, this time titled just The Purge, features the Sandins, an upper middle class family who live in an affluent Los Angeles gated community. Although they support the Purge and the political line laid out by the new founding fathers of America, they decide not to participate and instead wait the whole thing out behind their state-of-the-art home security system. This is Horror 101 though, and it doesn't take long before that whole facade quickly comes crashing down. Introduce the Polite Leader, a psychopathic pearly white practitioner of the Purge, presumably an Ivy League protege and possibly a potential politician. Well, if he didn't die, that is. This guy haunts the stand-ins for the most part of the film, all while keeping a level head as murder reigns around him. He's devoid of empathy and emotion and even kills his own friend without skipping a beat. He's what my nightmares are made of. Again, no thank you. Coming in at number 3, Big Daddy. This guy is not a nice man. During the actions of the second film, The Purge Anarchy, Big Daddy is a new founding father loyalist hell-bent on coordinating SWAT team targeted attacks on low-income neighborhoods on Purge night, believing it as his patriotic duty to cleanse citizens of the country based on how much they earn for a living. Ironic, right? Throughout the film he wears a perverse bloodied apron and a stars and stripes ball cap, making him resemble more of a big game hunter than someone demonstrating their 28th Amendment right. He rides around Los Angeles with a minigun mounted on a truck and a team of armoured mercenaries, and generally is a vile representation as to where political zealotry can get you. Fittingly, his head gets blown off with a shotgun. Go figure. Swinging in at number 2, The Auctioneers. Yeah, admittedly there's not a lot of screen time for these guys, only making an incredibly brief appearance in The Purge Anarchy, but it was enough to give me the creeps and stick them at second place for this list. I don't know whether it's just the general disregard for the value of human life or the fact that there's a bunch of people willing to pay for what is essentially murder, but I don't know, this one just freaks me out. Toward the final act of The Purge Anarchy, our group of protagonists are captured by a group of masked purgers and taken to a theatre filled with upper class purgers, who then bid on them to be hunted for their twisted pleasure. I don't know if it's the fact that they wear pearls and bow ties to a mass murder event or their dead, cold, twisted smiles, but these wealthy weirdos are a bunch that I would never, ever ever like to meet. And finally, at our number 1 spot, the new Founding Fathers. Talking of wealthy weirdos, this bunch of dystopian despots pretty much take the cake. Throughout the film's dystopian alternate reality, the new Founding Fathers of America, or NFFA for short, are a political party controlled by Caleb Warrens, who took control of the US government and established a perverse new regime after a complete economic collapse and rising social conflict. They used the Purge as a political ploy to effectively cull the majority of the population in a violent attempt to improve the economic standards of the already wealthy. They established the Purge as an attempted means of catharsis for the American people, whatever that means, but ultimately was their own undoing, perpetuated by a bunch of psychopathic killers. There's nothing scarier than a suited up politician behind a totalitarian organisation that promises liberation at the expense of its citizens. For me, this is the biggest one. No thanks. Well, I don't know guys, I definitely missed a few, but let me know who you deem the scariest purger in the comment box down below. Also, feel free to just say hello. If you're a fan of this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and share it with your nearest and dearest horror fans. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for your daily dose of all things horror. As always, I've been your host Jack Finch, you've been watching Top 5 Scary Videos, and until next time, you take it easy.